hornbill endemic to the Philippines. In terms of flora, she found this new island record species, for example, the Tectaria calcarea, a fern or herb species with native range in the Philippines. Overall, Ms. Elaine emphasized that SINP is indeed worthy of its nomination as a UNESCO Natural Heritage Site because of its natural and cultural significance. The following month, Ms. Ren D. Obenya successfully presented a very good study on some threatened woody plant species of forest over limestone in the Philippine Islands. The study determined the threatened woody plant species in the forest over limestone in the Philippines and discussed the threats of the forest over limestone in the country. And of course, Samar Island is one of her study sites in addition to Cebu and Batangas sites. Ms. Ren presented the list of critically endangered species based on the Philippine DAO Red List and the IUCN Red List. She also made an emphasis on economic uses of some of the identified threatened woody plant species in her study sites. For example, the Shiraya nigrosensis, a Philippine endemic dipterocarp species, and our very own Tectona philippinensis with known natural populations in Batangas and in Mindoro. The third one is the Aquilaria cumingiana, a source of agarwood, a highly prized resin with many economic values. And the fourth example is the Hopea philippinensis, which is also a Philippine endemic dipterocarp species. Part of the study is the identification of threats and conservation concerns in the study site. For example, the limestone quarrying, deforestation, illegal logging, among others. Ms. Ren concluded the presentation by highlighting the potential contribution of her study to sustainable development goals. In May 2022, UPLB Assistant Professor Deza Marie Antoinette Fernandez gave us new insights into biodiversity of forest over limestone in Caliguan Island, Guiuan, Eastern Samar, Philippines. She also did biodiversity assessment in the study site for both flora and fauna. Interestingly, Assistant Professor Fernandez recorded 41 plant species belonging to 18 families, of which 5 species are Philippine endemics, 9 threatened species based on the IUCN Red List, and 5 threatened species based on the DAO 2017-11 Red List. And these are some of the photographs of the plant species she identified. Walachodendron salabicum, which is locally known as banuyo, Aquilaria cumingiana, which is one of the agarwood-producing Aquilaria species found in the Philippines, and Hansea wenzeliana, also one of the identified endangered species based on the IUCN Red List. For fauna component, 21 vertebrate species were recorded, of which 6 are documented throughout the Mindanao Paeg or the Pleistocene Aggregate Island Complex. And here are some of the photographs of the vertebrate species she recorded from the study site. Just last month, we learned a lot from UPLB Assistant Professor Marjorie de Los Angeles, who discussed about the ecology of understory plants of forest over limestone in Samar Island, Philippines. She documented plant understory species in forest over limestones and described the pattern of plant distribution with reference to ecological parameters using multivariate tools in Paranas, Taft, and Guiuan, Samar. Assistant Professor Marjorie recorded 26 understory floral species divided into 21 flowering species and 6 fern species. Part of her study is to determine the species richness and diversity indices of Paranas, Taft, and Guiuan. In addition, she found that the understory plant species from Paranas and Taft sites are highly affected by soil iron concentration and electrical conductivity, whereas plants from D1 are highly associated with soil pH and other macro and micronutrients.
Hello po. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. We are thrilled to welcome you back to our Conserve Kaigangan webinar series for 2025. Thank you for taking the time to join us today for our second webinar episode. I am Nova Hilvano and I will be your host for today. Before we dive into our program, let us take a moment for our kumustahan. I kindly ask our Zoom participants to share their name, affiliation, and location in the chat box so I can acknowledge your presence. For our Facebook Live participants, yes, we are also live via Facebook. You may also write your name and affiliation in the comment section. Hello po to our participants. We encourage you po to write your name, affiliation, and location in our chat box so I can acknowledge po your presence. Thank you po. We have with us this morning is Ma'am Yanesa Antonio from MSU Batak, Leonardo Norte, ma'am. Okay, we also have Sir Kenneth Jan Babaran from the University of La Salette Incorporated, Santiago City, Isabela. Joining us in our Facebook Live is Professor Zyrene Navalta from University of Rizal System, Tanay Rizal. We also have Sir Edwin Nabal. Okay, I already read your name po in our Facebook Live as participant. We all joining us today also are my colleagues from Eastern Samar State University. We have Ma'am Maricel Garcia. We one of my students also is joining. Marvin Samurai. We also have Engineer Germel Gonzalez and Ma'am Maria Victoria Corpus from Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology. Also joining us today is Ma'am Janela Angapo from Isabela State University, Cabagan, Baliling, Santo Tomas, Isabela. We also have Sir King Philip Rayos from Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology from Pantabangan, Nueva Ecija. Also joining us in our Facebook Live is Ma'am Rosaline Cruz. We also have a participant from LNHS Lawang Northern Samar. We also have Leon Joey Corpus of UPLB Los Baños, Laguna. And Sir Denzel Perez from the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila. So once again, a warm welcome to all of you participating in our Conserve Kaigangan webinar series. This webinar happens once or twice a month, so please stay tuned to our Conserve Kaigangan Facebook page for the latest updates and announcements regarding upcoming sessions. I can already feel the excitement in our virtual air. However, before we embark on our main agenda, I would like to remind everyone that this webinar is being recorded. Please make sure to adhere to the following guidelines to ensure a smooth and respectful atmosphere. Please keep your microphones muted, especially during the speaker's presentation, to minimize background noise and distractions. If you have any questions or need clarifications while the speaker is presenting, please use the chat box to submit your inquiries. We will address them during the open forum segment. Towards the end of the session, a quiz will be given to you by the organizers, and after you answer the quiz, an evaluation link will be sent to your email address. So once you complete the evaluation, you will receive e-certificates of attendance, which will serve as proof of your participation in today's event. I would like also to emphasize to our participants to please ensure that the email address you provide is valid and accurate, as it will be used to send your e-certificates. Now that we have established some important ground rules, let's move forward with our event. Our speaker this morning will talk about From Roots to Peaks, a journey to conserve forest over limestone. Our speaker is currently the project staff of Conserve Kaigangan Phase 4. She earned a Bachelor of Science in Forestry with a focus on forest products and paper science from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. In 2019, she obtained her forester's license while working as a community development assistant at the Urban and Biodiversity Research and Development Center in Pagbilao, Quezon, which the ERDB administers. She worked as a GIS specialist in the Survey and Mapping Division under DNR Region 4A after receiving her master's degree in Wood Science and Technology with a minor in silviculture in 2024. Everyone, let us all welcome Forester Stephanie D. Malanta.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Forester Stephanie Malanta, and we will talk about From Roots to Peaks, a journey to conserve forest over limestone. Our flow of discussion will start on defining what is forest over limestone, followed by the making of Conserve Kaigangan timeline, which consists of phases and projects, and way forward. What is forest over limestone? It's a type of forest that thrives on geomorphologic features resulting from the dissolution of soluble bedrock. It consists of limestone bedrock, which is a type of sedimentary rock composed primarily of calcite. It also has a karst topography, which means that it features caves and sinkholes. And lastly, it also contains unique conditions, specifically having good drainage, have rocky outcrop, and serve as a habitat for various flora and fauna. This type of forest can be found in southern Mexico, Central America, Caribbean, and Southeast Asia, specifically here in the Philippines. Here in the Philippines, there's a rough estimate of 35,000 square kilometers of this type of forest, which is 10,000 square kilometers of these were protected under the government. Samar Island is one of the largest limestone formations in this country. It is divided into Northern Samar, Western Samar, and Eastern Samar. This island is rich in forest over limestone as shown in the photos. This type of forest consists of various flora and fauna. It consists of fungi, flowering plants, forest trees, and it includes reptiles, amphibians, mammals, and birds. What is Kaigangan? It's a local term for forest over limestone used in eastern Visayas. There are many biodiversity studies conducted in forest over limestone, specifically in Samar Island Natural Park. But despite these studies, there is still insufficient formation of flora and faunal communities and their interaction in the forest. This concern gave rise in the making of Conserve Kaigangan. Conserve Kaigangan is a research program led by its implementing agency, the University of the Philippines, Las Baños. It aims to assess and conserve the biodiversity in Kaigangan towards sustainable management in Samar Island, Philippines. It also has cooperating agencies and collaborators, DOST Picard as the funding agency, collaborators such as Samar State University, Eastern Samar State University, SINP or the Samar Island Natural Park, and its three organizations, which is the BOSIS, Basaranan Nga Organisasyon Hansan San Isidro Samar, Torpedo, tour guide and boat operators for river protection, and an environmental development organization, and lastly, TAWAD or the Tenani Association for Women and Development. There are also 4 phases under Conserve Kaigangan, which is the phase 1 started on 2019, followed by 2022 on phase 2, phase 3 which started last year, and currently phase 4 that started last month, March. The first project of phase 1 started in 2019 and ends in 2022. This project was led by Dr. Inocencio Buot Jr., which aims to assess, conserve, and sustainably utilize the natural resources in Kaigangan, specifically in Paranas, Taft, Basi, and Giwan. Phase 1 of Conserve Kaigangan program consists of 4 different projects. The first is the assessment of biodiversity of forest over limestone ecosystem. It generally aims to conduct a comprehensive assessment of plants and animal biodiversity and community structure in the above soil region of forest over limestone in Paranas, Taft, and Giwan. As an output, they were able to discover new species such as Hoya kaiganganiana by Angeles Tandang and Buot, and another species is the Corybus kaiganganianus. Communication, education, and public awareness or SEPA materials were disseminated for the target beneficiaries, such as training manual on assessment and monitoring of plant biodiversity field guide series. The research outcome of this project was used to nominate the SINP as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site. Last March 2024, SINP was included in the shortlist of UNESCO according to latest Samar Daily News. Phase 1 Project 2, entitled Ethnobotanical Survey, Usage Validation and Safety Assessment of Economically Important Native Plants in Forest over Limestone Ecosystem. This project was conducted to have a comprehensive ethnobotanical inventory of the plants in the forest over limestone of selected municipalities of Samar Island, specifically in Paranas, Taft, and Giwan. This project was led by Assistant Professor Marlon P. Rivera that started in 2019 and ended in 2021. Some of its outputs can be seen in the lower left side of the slide. Archangelisa flava, or also known as bunak in Samar, was used for treating ulcer, boils, and abdominal pain. The following photo, which is a high-performance thin layer chromatography, this species is one of the 10 plant samples that showed good profile of flavonoids, essential oils, and alkaloids. The following photo, which consists of plates made from rattan, are sold in Taft. Taro, which was categorized as wild food, is sold in public markets together with saba banana and root crops like sweet potato and cassava. Under the rattan plate photo was a tawa-tawa or Euphorbia hirta. This is cited as used medicinal for dengue infection. Beside the tawa-tawa photo is the Carsentia cujete or miracle fruit used for treating hypertension. Phase 1 Project 3, entitled Taxonomic and Functional Diversity Profiling of Soil Rhizosphere Microbial Communities in Forest over Limestone Ecosystem, started on 2019 up to 2021, which was headed by Prof. John Daniel P. Ong. Generally, it aims to assess and analyze the importance of soil microbial community. Soil microbial community plays a key role in release and retention of soil nutrients and soil fertility. For the outputs, they were able to collect samples from the study sites. These soil samples were analyzed for physical-chemical analysis. It was found out that karst forest in Samar supports a diverse ecosystem as evidenced by the presence of various bacterial and fungal. Actinomycetes also support plant growth and aid in the suppression of plant diseases. In addition to this, it's also a source of several secondary metabolites, antibiotics, and bioactive compounds. Project 3 also conduct lecture and trainings on the usage of spectrophotometer, which is an optical instrument that measures the intensity of light in relation to the wavelength. In addition to this, they were able to strengthen their partnership with the collaborators like state universities and POs. This project has the first report on profiling of soil bacteria and fungal communities in karst forests of Samar using next-generation sequencing. For the last project under Phase 1, entitled Community-Based Conservation of Plants in Forest over Limestone Ecosystem, it was started on 2019 and ends in 2022. It was led by Dr. Diana Shane A. Balindo. This project was generally conducted to develop a community-based conservation strategy for the conservation of threatened species in the forest over limestone of selected municipalities of Samar Island, which is Paranas, Taft, and Giwan. For the outputs, they also conducted a rapid assessment on threatened and economically important plant species. They were able to geotag and evaluate the mother trees based on DNR Administrative Order No. 11, Series of 2017, or also known as the National List of Threatened Philippines Plants and their categories. They also use as a basis the International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN, of 2017. Fertility and nutrient status of the soils was also studied and analyzed in SANP under this project. Once all the mother trees were tagged, they also collected seeds to observe and create a phenological calendar of the species. A nursery area was established in order to conduct studies on seedling propagation. In addition to these activities, they also conduct training on silviculture and nursery management and the use of global positioning system, which was attended by POs, barangay officials, and on-the-job training. Moving on to Phase 2, entitled Localized Conservation Strategies of Plant Resources in the Forest over Limestone of Samar Island. This phase was headed by Dr. Inocencio Buot Jr. that started last 2022 and ended last year. Its general objective is to develop a localized conservation strategies of plant resources in the forest over limestone of Samar Island. On the photo, you can see the map of the selected municipalities. They were able to develop and geotag a map of the 20 top priorities, and on the lower photo, you can see the sample of the plant species and the forest that can be found on the area. For the outputs of this phase, they were able to develop a localized conservation priority index which started in 2009. It consists of socio-ecological indicators that were used to predict current or upcoming threats of plant diversity in forest over limestone. This includes harvesting risk, economic use, cultural use, species distribution, and frequency value. From this index, they were able to identify the top 20 priority species in Samar Island Natural Park. These species were mapped, which leads to the creation of distribution patterns of the top priority plants in the selected municipalities, as I've shown you in the previous slide. Seeds and propagules were collected and packed and later on distributed within the community, especially those who belong to the people's organization. This collective effort aimed to ensure the involvement of the community in fostering sustainable practices in biodiversity conservation. Students from San Isidro Elementary School receive a SEPA material entitled An sa Kaigangan. The findings of this study are relevant for envisioning which species should be strictly regulated and harvested in both protected areas. Proceeding to the next phase, which is the phase 3, entitled Biodiversity Assessment of Riparian Zone in Ulot River in Samar Island Natural Park, Kaigangan. When this phase started, it was led by Dr. Inocencio Buot Jr. and later on turned over to Dr. Maria Celeste Banaticla Hilario on May 2024. It started last year on its second year this 2025. The general objective of this study is to assess the floral biodiversity of Ulot River in Samar Island Natural Park and come up with sustainable conservation and management practices for the reduction of adverse climate change impacts and flood risk to human communities and farms in the riparian zone. This phase was also presented last webinar on our Kaigangan Biodiversity webinar series for the month of March. For the phase 3 outputs, they were able to produce various maps like Ulot watershed land cover, slope, elevation, and flood hazard. Flora and fauna inventory assessment was also done in Ulot River. Collected tree specimens like leaves were prepared as herbarium specimens. In terms of publications, a poster presentation made by Forester Anne Frances Buhay was conducted at Forest Peak. On the other hand, collaborators from state universities held livelihood trainings like Dr. Edeline Echepare and Dr. Nova Hilvano gave their respective presentations, which promotes the importance of sustainably utilizing Samar's Kaigangan resources while offering the community a new opportunity to generate income. Last year, they also conduct a Kaigangan Biodiversity webinar series and produce a total of 9 Kaigangan Biodiversity webinars. The current phase of Conserve Kaigangan program, entitled Propagation and Conservation of the Top Priority Plants in the Forest over Limestone of Samar Island Natural Park, or SINP Samar Island, Philippines. This phase started last month and headed by Dr. Banaticla Hilario. It aims to develop strategies for increasing seed and seedling production through sexual and asexual propagation methods for the conservation of the top priority plant species in forest over limestone in Samar Island. The focus of this phase is only on Paranas, specifically in Barangay San Isidro. The basis of the top 20 priority plants in SINP can be linked on the Phase 2, which is generated from the Localized Priority Conservation Index. Currently, these are the outputs for Phase 4 as of March 2025. In relation to the application for gratuitous permit, which is needed for the collection of specimen in the conduct of field activities, the project proposal was presented by Dr. Balindo in Technical Working Group meeting requested by the PAMB. Project staffs under Phase 4 also attended a procurement training for admin works. Last month, they also conduct the interview of applicants for the hiring of project utility worker and nursery assistant to be assigned in the nursery located at the Barangay San Isidro, Paranas. Preparation of the nursery area for the implementation of Phase 4 was also ongoing. For the way forward, we are grateful to announce to you that Conserve Kaigangan program will launch its Phase 6 next year. It will be headed by Dr. Banaticla Hilario with a year-and-a-half duration. Generally, it aims to promote the conservation of forest over limestone biodiversity by developing and implementing learning activities for the youth and local communities within the vicinity of Summer Island Natural Park in Summer Island, Philippines. Currently, the Table 1 consists of the inventories of Kaigan biodiversity in Summer Island, which were based on the previous phases conducted. These are some of the photos taken on the study sites where the phases of Conserve Kaigan program was conducted. This is in Paranas, Giwan, Taft, and Canavid. Here's the list of references I've used for this presentation. Thank you for listening until the end of this presentation. I hope you've learned something and became interested in joining activities related in Conserve Kaigangan program or generally in conserving this forest over limestone. God bless us all.
Okay, thank you, Forester Di Malenta, for that incredibly informative and engaging presentation. As we are transitioning into our open forum segment, I would like to request our participants to share their questions in their chat box. Also, for our FB Live participants, please share your questions in the comment section. I will read your questions for our speaker to address. While you write your questions, let me read a few questions we received during the pre-registration for today's webinar. We have a question from Ma'am Christine Boltron from Caragay State University. Ma'am Di Malenta, her question is, what specific experiences lead you to prioritize forest conservation over limestone extraction?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, din po, Ma'am Nova. So, for question po ni Ma'am Butron from Caraga State University, based po dun po sa discussion po earlier, despite po nung maraming biodiversity studies na na-conduct po dun sa Summer Island Natural Park, meron pa rin po mga areas na need to be explored. So, that's why po napili po yung SANP as part po nung Conserve Kaigangan. Tapos po yung mga projects and phases po na-implement, yung mga results po nito ay magagamit din po sa nomination po nung site as one of the UNESCO World Heritage. As mentioned din po kanina na as of March 2024 na kasama na po sa shortlist yung SIN. So, yun po.
Okay, thank you po, Ma'am. We have another questions from Ma'am Carmel Benetes of Visayas State University. She sent us two questions. The first one is, what are the biggest challenges in conserving forest over limestone? And how can local communities contribute to their protection?
Ayun po. So, isa po ma'am sa mga biggest challenges po ng projects and phases na na-implement is yung site accessibility. Bali po, di ba po may nabanggit din po ako ng 4 sites which is yung po sa Paranas, Giwan, Canavid, and Taft. Yun pa lang po kasi yung pinaka-focus po ng mga previous phases. Tapos marami pa pong, or malawak pa po yung mga pwedeng aralin sa SINP. So, yun po, ang challenge is yung pong site accessibility. Tapos in terms naman po sa kung paano po makakontribute yung local communities, meron po tayong mga collaborators. So, sa tulong po nila, nagkakaroon po tayo ng mga trainings and seminars kung saan po sila po yung mga primary beneficiary. Then, after po nilang makuha ng mga info, pwedeng sila na po yung mag-transfer ng knowledge na natutunan nila sa mga iba pa pong communities na nasa area. So, nakakatulong din po dito yung pamimigay po na ating mga SEPA materials, katulad po ng mga training guides. Sa mga students naman po or children ay meron naman po mga pinamigay na parang storybook para po habang maaga pa po, habang bata pa po sila is maging aware na po sila kung ano yung importance po ng conserved kaigangan.
Okay po, thank you, ma'am. Her second question is, how do limestone forests differ from other forest ecosystems in terms of biodiversity?
And in terms naman po ma'am sa kaibahan po or yung compared po sa other forest types, yung po kasing yung pong forest over limestone ay meron po siya mga unique advantages as I mentioned din po dun sa discussion po sa mga unang slides. They support po high biodiversity, tas habitat din po siya ng mga endemic species, tas nag-play din po siya ng crucial role sa water regulation dahil po nagkakaroon ng efficient drainage at groundwater recharge. Then additionally po dito, nagsiserve din po as carbon storage yung ating forest over limestone, lalo na po sa pag-mitigate po ng climate change. Po, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Are there questions po from our Zoom participants and Facebook Live participants? So I guess we are done with our open forum segment. So thank you again, Ma'am Dimalanta, for your presentation today. And
Thank you.
everyone, let us give Ma'am Dimalanta a virtual applause. So I believe we have successfully addressed all the audience queries within our limited time frame. Now let's proceed with the presentation of the certificate to our esteemed guest speaker. Please allow me to read the citation. Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Stephanie Didi Malanta for serving as the resource speaker during the webinar presentation entitled From Roots to Peaks, A Journey to Conserve Forest Over Limestone webinar series held on April 15, 2025 via Zoom. Signed, Maria Celeste and Banatekla Hilario, Project Leader.
Thank you.
Again, thank you, ma'am. For our next webinar, we are encouraging our participants again to join us on May 13, 2025, parang after election to. The title of the presentation or the topic is Community Perceptions and Ecological Insights on Olot River Riparian Biodiversity, a focus group discussion approach. Our speaker is no other than Professor Idilid Ichapari of Samar State University. Wow naman, ma'am, ang galing. So at this time, I would like to invite everyone to turn on their cameras for a group photo op.
Okay, so let's open our cameras. So kung hindi nyo po pwedeng ma-open yung cam, you can just click the heart react so we will know that you're active and present po sa ating webinar. So smile lang po. Okay, next slide po. Smile. Next slide. And for our last slide. Thank you po. Thank you po for our 80 participants sa ating Zoom, and we also have 7 participants via live. So, join us again next webinar po. Go, Ma'am Nova.
So again, thank you very much. I mentioned earlier that may bagong pakulo po ngayon, yung Conserve Kaigangan team. Mayroon na po silang pa-quiz. So, we are encouraging our online participants to answer this quiz. You may scan the QR code. You can also copy the link then on the screen. And then after answering the quiz, the evaluation link will be sent to your email address. Then after answering also the evaluation, that's the only time that the e-certificate will be given to you. It will also be sent to you via email. So once again, thank you very much for joining us today, and we hope that you will be joining us again on May 13, 2025.
Samar Island is the third largest island in the Philippines and has one of the most extensive forest over limestone ecosystems in the country. This ecosystem is home to a wide array of uniquely adapted flora and fauna. Samar Island is known to be one of the centers of botanical diversity in the Philippines and has been nominated as a UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site for its exceptional natural beauty and precious biodiversity. For these reasons, Conserve Kaigangan, a biodiversity research program, was established. Kaigangan is a Samar local word that means forest over limestone. Our research program's mission is to assess and conserve the biodiversity in Samar Island's forest over limestone towards its sustainable management. One of our program's projects is the assessment of biodiversity and community structure in forest over limestone ecosystems. This component of our research aims to determine plant diversity and vegetation structure in various habitat types in forests over limestone, to determine animal diversity associated with forest over limestone, to identify functional classification of vegetation with its associated animal diversity, and to analyze the environmental factors influencing the prevailing structure of the biota. We conducted a comprehensive biodiversity assessment of forests over limestone in the municipalities of Paranas, Taft, and Giwan with remarkable findings. A combined total of 71 plant species were recorded from these municipalities, with at least 3 tree species classified as vulnerable based on the DENR updated national list of threatened Philippine plants. A total of 52 terrestrial vertebrate animal species were also recorded, including 5 amphibian species, 15 reptile species, 20 bird species, and 12 mammal species with conservation statuses ranging from threatened to endangered and critically endangered, based on the DENR updated national list of threatened Philippine fauna. This knowledge will empower our stakeholders in these areas to make appropriate research-based conservation efforts for the protection of these ecosystems that harbor an assemblage of rare, endemic, and economically important flora and fauna. Through this program, people will be equipped with knowledge on forests over limestone biodiversity, including the ecosystem services that it can offer to the community. We at Conserve Kaigangan continue to further raise awareness and capacitate national and local government agencies, especially local communities, living in and around Samar's Kaigangan. Samar Island is the third largest island in the Philippines and has one of the most extensive forest over limestone ecosystems in the country. This ecosystem is home to a wide array of uniquely adapted flora and fauna. Samar Island is known to be one of the centers of botanical diversity in the Philippines and has been nominated as a UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site for its exceptional natural beauty and precious biodiversity. For these reasons, Conserve Kaigangan, a biodiversity research program, was established. Kaigangan is a Samar local word that means forest over limestone. Our research program's mission is to assess and conserve the biodiversity in Samar Island's forest over limestone towards its sustainable management. One of our program's projects is the assessment of biodiversity and community structure in forest over limestone ecosystems. This component of our research aims to determine plant diversity and vegetation structure in various habitat types in forests over limestone, to determine animal diversity associated with forest over limestone, to identify functional classification of vegetation with its associated animal diversity, and to analyze the environmental factors influencing the prevailing structure of the biota. We conducted a comprehensive biodiversity assessment of forests over limestone in the municipalities of Paranas, Taft, and Giwan with remarkable findings. A combined total of 71 plant species were recorded from these municipalities, with at least 3 tree species classified as vulnerable based on the DENR updated national list of threatened Philippine plants. A total of 52 terrestrial vertebrate animal species were also recorded, including 5 amphibian species, 15 reptile species, 20 bird species, and 12 mammal species, with conservation statuses ranging from threatened to endangered and critically endangered, based on the DENR updated national list of threatened Philippine fauna. This knowledge will empower our stakeholders in these areas to make appropriate research-based conservation efforts for the protection of these ecosystems that harbor an assemblage of rare, endemic, and economically important flora and fauna. Through this program, people will be equipped with knowledge on forests over limestone biodiversity, including the ecosystem services that it can offer to the community. We at Conserve Kaigangan continue to further raise awareness and capacitate national and local government agencies, especially local communities living in and around Samar's Kaigangan.